dreamers, and welcome back to PERLA'S Dreams. Um, Capricorn Aquarius Cusp, this is your reading. And again, guys, these are general readings, so only take whatever resonates and please leave the rest. The intention is always set for these readings to help you during your own evolution and inner growth. Um, you guys are. You guys are coming off a little mean, standoffish, rude. And I say coming off as because it's not that you guys are. Um, there are things that are requiring your attention, your precise attention during this time. There are things that you are extremely focused on during this time. Whether this is like your health, some of you are going through the space of like really locking in like a routine when it comes to workout, locking in a routine when it comes to things that are in relation to your health. So it's like you guys are getting very organized with how much time you're spending researching something, how much you're spending like in a hobby, how much you're spending at work, how much you're spending like at the gym, and what you're eating. So there are a lot of components within your life that you're trying to get into order, which means that you don't got time for all the extras, like irrelevant things, right? Like you're not looking to wanting to go out to the bar like every night and have like a drink or two or three, right? You're not like there are aspects about your own personal well-being that you're changing, and because of that you're declining invitations to events or to places that are no longer in alignment with what it is that with the lifestyle, let's put it this way, that you are choosing to live. Now, when I say that, it doesn't mean I am not here to shame anyone's lifestyle or anything like that. We go through stages in our life where certain things are just no longer in alignment with us, and there's nothing wrong with that. There was time where you know, going to a bar and sitting there at the end of the week, right? On a Friday after work and sitting there and having one single drink by myself and breathing was exactly what I needed. It was exactly what my spirit needed. Regardless of how other people want to perceive that, regardless of how other people want to see that, that is what at that moment in time I needed to be able to process whatever that was. Now my Fridays afternoons look very different because I'm not getting out of like a Monday to Friday type of work, right? My lifestyle has changed, and because of that, the needs that I have changed, right? My body doesn't respond the same way that it did to alcohol anymore, right? My body doesn't respond to food the way that it used to 10 years ago, 5 years ago, right? And this is kind of like the process that you're in. It's like you're looking to see what your own personal rhythm is, and you're trying to honor that. Now what tends to happen when you start walking in that space, right, when you start walking that part of your path, people start to take you as being rude, as being cold, as being kind of like isolating yourself, when in reality, for some people it may be, but it's not necessarily the case, right? There may be more planning that you may have to do whenever you're going to engage or go out with other people, either because you're choosing, like, because again, the word restriction is coming in, and I feel that the word restriction is coming in because a lot of people are saying that you are restricting yourself from certain things, when in reality you're trying to have the discipline to listen to your body. So a very simple example, there are certain things that my body says no to it, right? And when I am around family, I am Dominican, so food is a very much big part of events, right? Of gatherings. Like I come over to your house, the first thing you gotta do is offer me coffee and some cookies or whatever it is, right? But there are things that my body has told me no. Like this is non-negotiable. This is not something that you can have during this time or that. Like this is non-negotiable. This does not go with what we are about. This is not in alignment with your body, right? And the more that I lean into listening to what it is that my body wants, what my body needs, the less problems, the less health issues that I am having, the more I am able to manage my narcolepsy, the more I am able to manage all of these aspects of myself, right? And that is kind of like the path of the journey that you are on at this moment in time, where you're trying to be disciplined of listening to your body, listening to your to you, to what it is that you need, right? That may be waking up at a certain time, to get in that workout, to get in that meditation. And again, there seems to be this dialogue within, like, what it is that you're doing and how people are perceiving what you're doing. Now my question to you is, why are you going around telling people what it is that you're doing? It is like, I shared something as a way of allowing you to have an understanding, right, of what I'm talking about. But I'm not going to share with you exactly what those restrictions are, right? I'm giving you like a little outline of it. A lot of you feel that you have to share everything in details with everybody, and it's not necessarily the truth. Sometimes people just need the outline or just a simple yes or no, and not so much in a need for you to disclose everything as to what you're doing and why you're doing it and how you're doing it. Oh, excuse me, guys. Whew. All right, clear that out. All right, so this is kind of like the dynamic of the energy that you guys are all going in. This is a very much internal thing for those of you that are in a committed relationship and are living with somebody. This is going to bring, and I'm not gonna lie to you, this is gonna bring some tension, because there's even this kind of like rhythm of when you want to be sexually active and when you're being told to be celibate, when you're being told to fast from sexual relations. And again, that can be challenging when you are living with somebody, when you are in a relationship, especially if the both of you are not on the same like spiritual path. Like, let's say you're the one following a spiritual path and your person decides not to. There are dynamics, there are things within there that can bring complications, right? Can bring these challenges, can bring these arguments. So always lean into asking spirit to help you navigate, so that when you are speaking, what you are trying to say, the message that you're trying to bring forth, is being received by your partner. So, like, again, I'm gonna use my own life as an example. I have kids. I have kids that are like eat everything, right? And I have a child that is or was a vegetarian for a very long time, and slowly is introducing meat to his body. He feels like at this time his body needs it, because of things that he's doing like at the gym and all of this, whatever, right? So there have been times where I have been a complete full vegan, right? And I transitioned through it, like going back and forth depending on what it is that I need for that season. But I know that, especially with my kids when they were younger, I was responsible for their food. So just because I wasn't eating certain things didn't mean that I stopped providing that for them. There were certain things that I couldn't even touch, and then I would have that conversation and be like, "Hey, if you want to have this, can we have it in this dialogue? Can we have it in this space, right?" And even when I was in a relationship, and I've never had an issue with saying no, like, and I would say it straight up, like, I am fasting this and that, and I am, I'm being celibate for like the next 72 hours. I'm being celibate for like the next 48 hours. Whatever it was, the spirit was putting inside of me, I would communicate it, so that the person that I was with was able to receive that. Now, yes, there were in the beginning there were challenges within that space, right? But then the more that I allow myself to speak out of, like, from a place of, like, from my heart, and allow spirit to channel through that, they were able to understand, they were able to at least respect it without it becoming an issue within the relationship. And I hope that makes sense. um so yeah, you guys have definitely, like, I feel that the challenges here for you guys during this time is canceling out other people's comments, canceling out other people's opinion as to how it is that you're choosing to go about things during this time. This is going to be a very it seems like it's bursting with emotions, this space for you guys, this timeline, where you may find yourself like crying out of nowhere. You may find yourself being angry out of nowhere. You may find yourself bursting into laughter out of nowhere. You may find yourself like being joyful out of nowhere. And when I say out of nowhere, it's like you can be, cooking, and your energy is very precise as to like the cooking and this and that, and all of a sudden it shifts and you start laughing and you're just like, whoa. Just know that this little roller coaster that you're riding, you're driving it actually. A lot of you may not know exactly what is being released or what's being healed through these emotions, but they are. And it's almost kind of like when your body finally lets go of that, or is releasing that space, is manifesting itself in different forms. But it is all part of the way that your body is releasing things. So like if you find yourself watching like a horror movie and then all of a sudden you're laughing, don't be upset about it. Just kind of like allow the laughter to come through. Or if you're watching like a very like happy movie, like, something like cheerful and whatever, and you find yourself sobbing over like one little thing, like, oh my god, look how beautiful that flower is in the background, and you're just like sobbing and crying. It's like, allow it to allow your body and your mind to process. I feel like the way that emotions are being processed during this time for you are coming up very suddenly and rushed. But the same way that they're coming in suddenly and rushed is the same way that you're processing them. So you're not necessarily getting stuck in them. So allow that flow to continue. Allow it to continue to flow through as it wants to. Capricorn Aquarius Cusp. We're going to pull out an oracle card. We're using the Medicine Heart Oracle deck. This is a new deck that I was recently gifted by a very special client. I'm going to use this as a closing message to see if there's anything else or if there's any other confirmation that you guys need during this time. It seems to be like with the cusp, the videos seem to be a lot shorter than the regular zodiac signs, and I feel that a lot of you guys are going through these really huge transformation where you guys are just surrendering, right, and leaning into whatever it is the spirit has for you guys. And it's really beautiful, and it's like it's been very pinpoint, like, yeah, this is it. Like, I feel like you guys are in this phase of really wanting to grow and really wanting to come out of like the stagnation of like, when are things going to shift for me, when are things going to evolve. All right, so let's go ahead and give me one card for Capricorn Aquarius Cusp. One card, spirit. One card. I want to say is Meta Bhavna. I really need to sit down with all of these cards and do like the Google thing where like it pronounces it for me, because I don't know any of these. It is a very powerful deck, so I am just kind of like, I'm riding the wave with it. Genuine friendship is grounded in acceptance, interest, and care. It brings out the best in us, offers encouragements for growth, and acknowledges our limitations and challenges with compassion. Friendship is a relational capacity for regard, reassurance, and relief. Be such a friend to yourself. Be sweet to yourself. Drop the inner war with your body, your mind, or your life, and consider how you may befriend yourself unconditionally. There are many good things that want to make their way into your life. Generating the emotional safety of friendship within naturally opens your heart to attract and enjoy the divine warmth that desires entry into your world. So during this time, make sure that you are being that friend to yourself. Be sure that you are showing up for yourself in a with compassion, right? Make sure that you're showing up for yourself with love. This energy of, I feel like these emotions that are coming up, like when they come up, how would you, let's say if you had, if it was your best friend that was going through this, if it was your child that was going through this emotion or through this thing, how would you show up for them? And think about it for like a quick second. And then show up for yourself the same way that you would show up for someone else that you love. Because within this space there is again a lot of healing, a lot of growing, and a lot of like leaning and surrendering into what it is the spirit wants for you, and into what it is the spirit is like allowing you to heal during this time. Excuse me, guys. Oh, it is a beautiful time to sit with yourself, to process. um if you take a moment after these emotions surface and kind of do what they have to do, whether however they come out, and take a moment and like collect yourself and just breathe and be like, am I in a space to know what was just processed? Am I in a space to know what was just healed? If so, I would like to know. And if not, when the time is right, when I am ready, then I want to know. Because remember, we have to look at it like with everything. It's like our, I always look at that back into like this divinity, like the divinity triangle, right? Like our mind, our spirit, and our body. And they all have to be in alignment in order for things to manifest. And I feel like they all have to be in alignment for us to truly heal from something. Um, and it may be that your physical body is ready to let go of something, but your logical mind it's not, or vice versa. So do not try to force anything. Show up for yourself with compassion and with love. Be grateful for this opportunity that you're having to heal and to grow and to evolve. And the way that it's showing up in your body, the way that it's showing up in your mind, the way that it's showing up in your spirit, and the way that it's showing up in your life. Well, guys, that is all that I have for you at this moment in time. As always, thank you for your love and support. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing to the channel. And if you haven't done so, go ahead and do so. We would love to have you. Sending every single one of you love, strength, and blessing, guys. Take care. Mwah. Love you all. Bye-bye.